你是否感觉每天都在重复着那些看似重要，实则无聊透顶的工作？一份复杂的报告，一个详细的旅行计划，甚至一次成功的在线购物，都在消耗你宝贵的时间和精力。我发现，在这个效率至上的时代，如果我们还在手动完成那些本可以自动化的任务，我们不仅在浪费时间，更在失去竞争力。而在7月17号 ，OpenAI 发布了一个能够彻底改变我们工作和生活的 AI， 它不是工具，它就是我们的数字分身。
Today we have ChatGPT Agent. People wanted a unified agent that could go off, use its own computer, and do real complex tasks for them, that could seamlessly transition from thinking about something to taking actions, to using lots of tools, using the terminal, clicking around the web, even producing things like spreadsheets and slides and much more.
此次发布的 OpenAI Agent 打破了我们对 AI 聊天工具的刻板印象。这是一个全新的 ChatGPT 模式，它不再只是被动地回答我们的问题，而是能像一个真正的人类员工一样，主动理解我们的目标，规划步骤，调用外部工具，自主完成复杂的多步骤任务。它拥有自己的虚拟大脑和虚拟电脑，可以像我们一样浏览网页、分析数据、生成文件，甚至还可以帮我们购物下单。这听起来是不是很科幻？接下来我们直接聚焦发布会中 Agent 模式最具颠覆性的核心能力，看看它如何为我们偷回时间，彻底解放我们的双手。
So we are on ChatGPT, as we all know and love. And to turn on the agent mode, you just click the tools menu and select agent. You can also just type agent in the composer bar and it'll take you to agent mode. Edward and I have a wedding to go to later this year. It's for one of our mutual friends. Should we have the agent planner?
Yeah, let's do it. I need an outfit. And don't forget the gift.
Okay, great. We won't forget the gift. It's a little bit of a longer prompt, so I have it copied in my buffer. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. Okay, so let's see what it says. Our friends are getting married later this year, as I said, Minnie and Sarah. And we want the agent to help us find an outfit that matches the dress code, propose a few options, nice, mid-luxury, taking into account venue and weather. We also want to find us some hotels, and as Edward said, don't forget the gift. So let's see and send the prompt away. As Sam said, agent uses a computer. So in the beginning, it sets up its environment. It'll take a minute or two, or not really, 5 seconds to set up its environment. And in this case, as you see, it understands the prompt. It's asking for me for a clarification. I'm just going to let it just continue and work anyway. I think it got confused by saying, oh, where's the, what exactly is the time of the date of the wedding? I think it'll figure out using the website. Okay, cool. So now it's kicked off. It's starting to process the prompt, and it's opened up a browser. And to walk you through what's happening, here's Lisa.
Yeah. So as mentioned, we gave the agent access to its own virtual computer. And the computer has many different tools installed, and it can choose which to use as it's working through the task. So in ChatGPT, you can see a visualization of the agent's computer screen, and you can see overlaid its chain of thought in text, and that's what it's thinking as it's working through the task and deciding what to do next. We gave the agent access to 2 different ways to browse the internet. First, we gave it a text browser, and this is similar to the deep research tool, and this is what lets it really efficiently and quickly read many web pages and search for them. And we also gave it access to a visual browser, and this is similar to the operator tool. And this is what lets it actually interact with the UI of a web page. So it can drag things, it can use the cursor to click around, it can open UI components, it can fill out forms and enter text in text areas. It's very flexible. So those 2 tools are very complementary. And then we also gave it access to its own terminal so that it can run code, and it can also generate and analyze files like slide decks and spreadsheets. And then through the terminal, it's also able to call APIs. So both public APIs and APIs to access your private data sources like Google Drive, Google Calendar, GitHub, SharePoint, and many others. And only if you explicitly connect them, similar to deep research connectors. And then it also has access to the image gen API, so it can create nice visuals for slide decks and other things as it's working through its tasks.
While that's going, anything else we want to do?
Oh, yeah. I also need a pair of shoes because my shoes got damaged.
How did they get damaged?
By the rain.
In SF?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's get Edward a pair of shoes as well. So, can you also find us pair of men's dress black shoes in size
9.5.
9.5. So one of the key capabilities of the model is being able to interrupt. I think, as trajectories take long time or whatever time, it's really important for it to feel very multi-turn so the users can interject, user can direct it, user can give it more guidance, less guidance, whatever we want to do. And that's what we're doing here. We essentially, the model was chugging along, figuring out all the things that we had asked before. And in this case, we essentially said, hey, can you also get us a pair of men's black shoes? And now it's thinking, and soon enough, hopefully it'll take that into account and keep going into its trajectory. There we go. So it says, acknowledge the interruption. It said, okay, cool. I'll also research men's black shoes in size 9.5. And then it'll probably get on its way.
So this is a prompt we previously gave the agent yesterday. So basically, it asks the model to pull its own evaluation number from our Google Drive connector and make some slides. So we want to keep it simple, like no introduction, no conclusion, just present the results in the charts. As you can see, now the model is connecting to the Google Drive API and then search within API. Right now, it looks like the first result is very relevant. So it's reading the first result. Now it's reading the first results in details. Let's accelerate this replay. So then the model might read from the result again and write some code. So here you can see that the model is using the image generation model called the image generation tool to generate some decorations for the slides. And let's see what's the first slide the model made. So here the model is writing some code that will be compiled to be the final slides. So this is the first slide the model make in this demo, which looks okay, but it's not polished enough. One of the key features in reinforcement learning is that the model will review its own results and refine the results to deliver a good final results. Let's see what the model gave us. We can click skip, and then the model gave us a good PowerPoint file. So it's a real PowerPoint that you can download and open it in any software. Let's open it in the office.
And I want to show one last demo, which we didn't really run live, but I think it's really cool. And especially because the folks who are getting married are really into MLB. So we asked the agent to go and build an optimal itinerary for visiting all 30 MLB stadiums, just in case you're thinking of a sabbatical, and then design the optimal route, prioritize Hello Kitty nights and whatnot, and present a final plan as a detailed spreadsheet. I'll really quickly run through this. I think it's just so fun to see. So again, like as we have shown throughout the live stream, it uses a multitude of tools, uses the terminal, using the browser, working through all the details. It'll probably use, again, back to the browser, figuring out Hello Kitty nights, and then sports stadium and whatnot. Oh, let's see, did I miss that? Oh, there you go. Map, building a map, using code to actually build it out. And then overall, we get like a pretty solid result, I think. At the end, it takes 25 minutes to work. Where does the season start and whatnot? You have a spreadsheet that you can quickly view just right inside ChatGPT. You can map the journey. Cool looking map, I guess. And that's it. So this is ChatGPT Agent. We hope you really like it.
How is it deciding which tools to use here?
Yes, we train the model to move between these capabilities with reinforcement learning. This is the first model we trained that has access to this unified toolbox: a text browser, a GUI browser, and a terminal, all in one virtual machine. To guide its learning, we curated hard tasks that require using all these tools. This allows the model not only to learn how to use these tools, but also when to use which tool depending on the task at hand. At the beginning of the training, the model might attempt to use all these tools to solve a relatively simple problem. Over time, as we reward the model for solving problems correctly and efficiently, the model will have smarter tool choice. For example, if you ask the model to find a restaurant with specific requirements and make a reservation, the model may typically just start a deep research in the text browser to find some candidates, then switch to the GUI browser to view photos of food, check availability, and complete the booking. Similarly, for creative tasks, like creating an artifact, the model will first search online for public resources, then switch to the terminal to do some code editing to compile the artifact, and finally verify the final output in the GUI browser. With this, we truly feel like we brought together the best of deep research and operator, and added some extra sparkle.
以上就是本次发布会的主要内容了。2025年被称为 Agent AI 智能体元年，各个 AI 厂商都在竭力推出输入一行文字解决任何问题的 AI Agent 智能体。很多 Agent 任务都可以在后台静默运行，我们无需盯着它，基本可以充当真正的 AI 员工了。当然，随着这些 AI 员工越来越多，很多重复性的白领工作就一定会被替代掉。不过，我认为与其焦虑来自 AI 的工作竞争，倒不如尽快学会使用 AI Agent。这意味着我们将比竞争对手快10倍完成工作任务，这样就能够专注于更高阶的思考和决策。想象一下，每天多出几个小时，我们能用它来学习新技能，陪伴家人，发展兴趣，甚至只是单纯的享受生活，这才是 Agent 带给我们的终极价值。根据 OpenAI 的官方消息，自2025年7月17日起， ChatGPT Agent 开始向 Pro、Plus 和 Team 用户推出。 Pro 用户当天即可访问， Plus 和 Team 用户会在随后的几天内逐步获得使用权限。 AI 正在重塑一切，而 Agent 智能体或许正在重塑我们新的未来。